What is the fancy term we use to describe something that is born within us? Like our use of language is described as what? Jaden? Innate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, friendly reminder, tomorrow you do have vocab 21 through 30. You have an outline, a focus, and a study guide due on Wednesday. If you are doing the food drive, even though I cleaned out my food drive, aren't you like, doesn't it look amazing over there? It was getting a little treacherous. If you are donating to the food drive, you still have time. You have till Wednesday. But it was like definitely a fire hazard.
Did you take it to the...
Yeah, the food pantry. We are beating both NHS and drumsticks classes.
Yes.
Yeah, it took 3 wagons to get our uncompleted order. So, hell yes. So, see? Maybe points do bring out.
That was like my point, but you took it like the other way, which I get.
What, she got points that she could bribe you more efficiently?
Well, like, nobody donated for her class. Like, I did, and she was like, oh, you're the first one here to donate or something. And I was like,
Well, that speaks worse on you people than doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm third. Like, if I'm third, I guess.
Yeah, no. I mean, here we go. So, if you are donating food, you still have till Wednesday. It's totally fine. I just needed to, like, clean out some space here. All right, here we go. On your whiteboard, please tell me who is the guy behind cognitive development. He is a cute little Frenchman, and his name is as French as you get. All right, Jean-Pierre would probably be as French as you get, but this is pretty damn close. Who is it? Kate? Piaget. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the first layer of Piaget's cognitive development? What is the first tier of cognitive development? Jalissa? Sensory motor. During sensory motor, little kids love peekaboo because little kids who are in the sensory motor stage struggle with what? I got 1, 2, 3. Good. What is it? Kelly? Object permanence. Who can raise their hand and tell me what object permanence is? What is it? Annalise? Okay, so why do they struggle? Why do they love peekaboo so much?
Because they think it's
Yeah, they think your face literally is gone, and then, oh my God, it's back, and then, oh my God, it's gone again. They think it falls off the face of the planet, which is why little kids cry as hard as they do when their parents leave the room, because they think their parents have just fallen off the face of the planet. What?
Is it possible for animals to struggle with that?
They do struggle with it, but eventually they figure out. Like my dog, Toby, like, he is not a smart man, but he knows I'm coming back. He has a trust issue. But he knows I'm coming back. What?
But like when dogs are getting older and losing their vision or their hearing and stuff, like could it
Depends if they have a consistent pattern. If they know. Like Toby knows when my alarm goes up, within 10 minutes we're out the door at the park. Then he comes back from the park and he eats, and I go to the gym, and then I come back from the gym and I make breakfast, and then I make breakfast, take a shower, get dressed, and leave. And during that time, if McCrae's around, he's like sleeping and part of it. So like he knows exactly how our mornings look. All right, here we go. So we got to sensory motor stage, and now we're in pre-operational stage. Do you want to see a video for PJ? Oh yeah, they're cute little kids. We're gonna totally mess them up here. Okay, so let's do pre-operational stage. While I'm getting that ready, your video ready, you can get that for sure. So your pre-operational stage is Piaget's second stage of cognitive development, in which a kid is using language as a way to explore the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, during this stage, as you can see with the vocab list, there's a lot of words, which I would make sure you understand are stage 2 on your... if you look on your study guide towards the bottom, you're going to see all of these words on the bottom of your study guide. Underneath each one, I would write pre-operational so you know what stage they're happening in. So on your study guide, I would write underneath each one of these terms, I would write pre-operational just to make sure you understand what is happening where. So the first stage that we are looking at is going to be egocentrism. Have you ever talked to a little... Okay, so I used to work at Outback. I feel like everyone in the world has had a birthday at Outback. Can we agree? Okay. You've never had a birthday at Outback? You've been to a birthday at Outback. Can we agree? Happy birthday from the Outback crew. We wish it was our birthday so we can party too. Hey. Okay? Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely miserable and it's absolutely terrible. And I've sang it 10,000 times, which is why I literally sound like I'm dead inside every time I sing it. And that is completely factually correct because I am dead inside because I've sang it so much. One year I actually worked my birth. By the way, you can be getting egotistical and writing it down in your little box here, people. It's on your study guide. You can absolutely do it. I'm making it work. You're making it work. Perfect. So, when we're talking about egocentrism is the belief, the inability to see the world through anyone else's eyes. So 1 year, I worked my birthday at Outback. And there was a little kid who was there who was like 6 years old. And her birthday was the same time. So I sang the little song and I brought out the stupid Sunday. And I was like, oh my God, it's your birthday? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, it's my birthday too. And she was like, it's my birthday. And I was like, I know, but it's my birthday too. And she's like, no, it's my birthday. No, this is factual. I was like so annoyed with this chick. I ended up like, no, but it's also mine. Like your birthday is today and my birthday is today. You know, I'm obviously older. And she's like, but it's my birthday. And I was like, what the hell? It was my birthday too. And this chick did not care.
How old was she?
6. It was my birthday too. I just wanted to be recognized as well. That's egocentration. Have you ever tried talking to a little kid and you're like, how was your day? And they'll tell you all about their day, but they never ask you, how was your day?
Or they like never say thank you.
Well, that's because you've raised a kid who has no manners. So that's on family. Well, no, I know. Egocentrism is they literally don't care about anyone else's experiences. They only care about their own. And they can't help it. They can't help it. Developmentally, they can't help it. Okay, so that is egocentration. Centration is when they can only focus on one thing at a time. Okay, centration is when you can only focus on one thing at a time. Okay, if the kids are playing with blocks, what's the only thing they can do? If they are if they're painting, what's the only thing they can do? Destroy the house with paint. Okay, whatever it is they're doing. Okay, now, conservation. Now, on your study guide is where you should be filling this all in, and you should be writing pre-operational, and all these boxes so you know which ones they fall under. Conservation is the ability to understand that simply changing the appearance of an object does not change the object's nature. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play magic tricks on a little kid, this is the best way to do it. You can pour something in from one glass to another, and it looks like it grew. Magic. These are why kids are so dumb and easily entertained. It's not their fault they're developmentally. We're all that dumb at one point. But they can't understand that changing things from one shape to another affects its shape. And just because it changes. Like if you pour something from a skinny glass to a wider glass, is it the same amount of liquid? Yeah, we know that. And it's like, yeah, obviously. Little kids don't. And they think it's magic. Which I'm going to show you a little kid who's seeing magic. It's going to be great. Okay. And then you have irreversibility. A kid, when you ask a little kid, what's the age range for this, Emerson? It's for 3 to 7? 2 to 7, perfect. On your focus, you need to have 2 to 7 down, and most of you do because Emerson helped me out yesterday on Friday with it. With that being said, from the ages of 2 to 7, if you ask a kid, well, what did you do first? Then what did you do? They won't be able to tell you. They'll be like, I don't know. Well, like, what did you do for the start of the day? I don't know. Well, like, where did you just come from? I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't know? You just did it. They can't. They just can't. All right, here we go. So I have a video of these major components. What? Thank you. Sophia, thank you. To Alexis. Okay, so we don't need to see a little kid who's being tricked by object permanence, do we? Like, we all got that one. Okay, here we go. So pre-operational, here we go.
Can you look at these two glasses? Do you think that they have the same amount of juice? You think they have the same? Okay. Now we're going to pour this juice into this glass.
And put it away. Look at that face of amazement.
Now, do you think that this glass has more juice? This glass has more juice? Or do you think that they have the same amount?
That one has more.
This one has more? And why do you think that this one has more?
Because it's taller.
Conservation. Is she beating it or is she losing?
Okay, you ready?
She's
Okay.
losing to it.
Does this row have more
No.
quarters? Does this row have more quarters?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would make a little note on your paper. Having a tall glass of water to a short glass of water, unable to say that short glass converts. Those are the types of questions you're probably going to see on your test this week. Can we agree? Okay, a kid is doing this and they can't decide this. What is the answer? Those are the types of questions you're going to see on the test. So I'd make a little note, especially in your application box.
Or do they have the same?
1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're both the same.
They're the same?
5, 5.
Okay. Okay. Does this row have more quarters? Does this row have more, or do they have the same?
This one has more.
That one has more quarters?
Yeah.
Conservation.
Why does this row have more quarters?
Because it's more far away.
It's more far away.
Yeah, like
This is how you can steal money from a
it's like
kid.
more far away
I'm
than
teaching you how to do it.
that. Looks like bigger.
All right, we're going to play a game with the graham crackers, and we're going to share them between me and you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I know, I'm so embarrassed. This lives on YouTube.
Do you think that we shared those fairly?
No.
No, why not?
You share. You have those and I have this one.
Well, what if we try this? Okay, can I put this down right there?
Okay.
Now is it fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it fair now?
Because we both have two.
Can you tell me what you
This
see
is my
when you look
favorite.
at that
He
from
is
where
so
you're sitting?
stinking cute.
What are some of the things that you see?
And a cat,
A cat.
and a tree, and a bone.
Okay, now we're going to do the
This is
same thing. Can you tell me what you see when you look at it?
Guys, this is dealing with irreversibility, how they can't reverse. So, they were sitting on opposite sides, and then they just switched, correct? Okay, so.
Stool?
An owl,
An owl?
and him.
What is that?
Okay, so there's two things going on here. So, they switched seats. Okay, this is where it started. The little boy was sitting on this side saying he saw a cat, he saw a tree, he saw a bone. Then they switched seats. So she asked him, what do I see?
A cat?
And a tree, and a bone.
Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. Can you tell me what you see when you look at it from that stool?
An owl,
An owl?
and him.
What is that?
A goat.
A goat?
Yeah,
Okay, is there anything else you see?
yeah, right there.
Right there, what is that?
A tree,
A tree.
and that's another little tree.
Another little tree?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And can you tell me what I see when I look at this from where I'm sitting right here?
An owl,
Okay.
and a goat,
Mm-hmm.
and a little tree, and that, and that.
Okay, so he thinks she can only see what he sees. So what is he struggling with? Egocentrism. If I'm experiencing it, you must be experiencing it. So if I can see a goat, I can see a owl and I can see a big tree and a little tree, that means you are feeling that way, correct? That's egocentrism. Okay? So, she was trying to see if he could do reversibility. Can he do it? No. He cannot say, oh, well, when I was sitting over there, I could see a cat, a tree, and a bone. He can't think that way because he's incapable developmentally. Okay? All right, perfect. Now you know how to
Can you
steal
tell me what you-
crackers from a kid. So, I mean, frankly, you're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. That's a life lesson right there. Okay, so these are all the major stages of Piaget. So this is stage number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is the hardest stage to memorize? Stage number 2. So when in doubt, it's probably in stage 2, pre-operational. What?
So irreversibility is
Scaffolding are 2 different things.
okay. So
Yeah.
where should we?
Irreversibility, you can put it somewhere. Okay. All right, your third stage, which is also on your focus, which will also be on your study guide here in a minute, is concrete operational. So it goes sensory, pre-operational, concrete operational is your third stage. And this goes from what? 7 to 12. Thank you, Emerson. Okay, this is from 7 to 12. These are people who are becoming capable of logical thought processes because it's not yet capable of abstract thinking. So they're capable of making logical thoughts, however, they cannot start thinking abstractly. What is abstract thoughts? What are abstract thoughts, Kaylee?
Isn't it like one example would be like in English, like symbolism and stuff?
Okay, symbolism would be the idea of what is love.
Yeah, what is that?
Huh?
Like what's the?
Yeah, like what's the meaning of life? What is the purpose? Are you here to love people? Are you here to make the world better? All of these things are big things that 7 to 12-year-olds are not thinking. Can we agree? When they think love, they think kissing, boyfriend, girlfriend. They think husband, wives, all that stuff. That's all they can think about. And they don't think about the complexity of love, of hating someone you love. If you're married, when you get married, you'll know what that feels like. I'm just kidding. We're very happy. Okay? The complexity of loving someone that you don't actually like. Can we agree? Everyone's got a family member that you love, but you just hate. You would not be friends with them if you weren't blood. Yes? Okay? There you go. That's the types of complexities. Okay? So, your fourth level, we'll just knock them all out, is going to be formal operational. This should be on your focus. Formal operational is 13 to death. Okay? And this is when you're capable of abstract thoughts. Now, some people are really able to do it. Some people are not so good at it. Okay? Like, looking at modern art and modern dance. This is all about abstract. Okay? I don't get it. I would not say I'm very good at abstract thoughts. Like, I just don't get it. Like, have you read the play Waiting for Godot? It's about 2 dudes waiting for this guy named Godot. He never shows up. It's an hour-and-a-half play. It's very much abstract thought about the challenges of waiting for death.
What?
It's an hour-and-a-half play about 2 guys who don't even like each other most of the time, waiting for a guy named Godot. You haven't read it yet? Your senior year in AP Lang, isn't that what you take in AP Lit? Fine, you'll read that crap then. Not a fan, is what I'm saying. Oh, have you read the one where the salesman turns into a cockroach?
Yes. Yeah. So bad.
Yeah, it's not one of my fave. Yeah, Metamorphosis. There you go. Yeah, that one. I just don't get.
So strange.
It is strange. Like, cool. Like, I understand that there's like a point, and some people are deep enough. Yeah. What's another abstract thing that we could maybe? Huh? What the hell is As I Lay Dying?
It's so just not okay.
What about a movie? What movie is like super abstract and like you really have to like?
Inception.
Inception is a little bit. Inception is like for dummies too, because I can figure that one out. Huh? Life of Pi is definitely an abstract one. What's the one where the dad is behind the bookcase moving the books? Where it's like super layered. Interstellar. That's a bit abstract. Yeah, that. Whoa, it's too much. It's too much. Like you have to understand things to get the movie, and I just can't figure it out. So yeah, not my movie. What's another one? I don't know. There's a bunch.
I'm trying to think of the one where everything's in black and white. They live in the sky and like everything.
They live in the sky.
Like it's not in the sky. Yes, that
What
one.
is it?
Yeah, The Giver.
Oh, that's
The
not
movie
abstract.
But like at the end.
Oh, the movie adaptation? Oh, I don't
You
know.
know, like the ending.
Yeah, when he goes on, he slides down.
You don't know if he dies or if he finds the thing.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah, I know,
He
that's
saw
like-
the
it's called a
house
good
and he
ending.
was like, hi. He was like,
Alright, here we
baby.
So, what do I? It's abstract. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. Talk to an English teacher. What do you got, Sophia?
Are there no captains that think of this?
There are not. Besides abstract. No. Okay. So, do you want to see a kid struggle with these things? You want to see how sassy you people get when you start turning 12? No. Because it's like abstract and all that stuff. Alright, here we go. So, here is concrete with 7 to 11 years old.
So first we're going to look at these two cups right here. Do you think there's the same amount of juice in this glass as there is in that glass?
She's studying it.
They're even? Okay. So we're going to take the juice from this glass and pour it into this one right here. Okay, so now we're going to look at this glass and that one. So do you think that there's more juice in this glass, more juice in this glass, or do you think that they have the same amount?
Same amount.
Okay, why do you think that they have the same amount?
Okay,
Just
So,
because this is skinny doesn't
she
mean
just mastered what thing? She knew that just by changing this shit, conservation. So you need to write in your little box that has nothing in it next to concrete that has, they're mastering egocentrism, mastering conservation. They're mastering all the terms from the previous box because during pre-operational, what is the one thing they do master in pre-operational? Object permanence. They understand things exist even when they can't see them. Imagine if you thought when you were a little kid and your parents dropped you off at daycare for the first time or at kindergarten for the first time and you thought they would die falling off the face of the planet. How well would that go? Horrible. Okay, so thank God they grow out of it. Okay?
it's not the same amount. It has the same amount of juice in it, but
All right, my girl learned some science,
This
so
one-
good for her. All right, here we go.
If you hit a glass with a hammer, the glass will break.
I knew that.
And then this one says, Dawn hit a glass with a hammer.
I knew that too.
So what happened to the glass?
It broke
It broke. Why did it break?
because the hammer's hard.
If you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break.
No, it won't.
And this is the second rule. Dawn hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass?
Nothing.
Nothing happened. Why didn't anything happen?
Because the feather's soft.
There you go. He's using his logic and his previous experiences. So here's formal operational. And this
If you hit a glass with a feather, the glass will break.
Okay.
And the second one, Dawn hit a glass with a feather. What happened to the glass?
It broke.
And why did it break?
Because I was told if you hit a glass with a feather, it'll break. So if you hit a glass with a feather, broke.
There you go. You could come up with a circumstance with if a feather hit a glass, it would break, correct? If you increase the speed, you do all those different types of things, you could make it work. You can do abstract thought, and you can convince yourself that a feather can break a glass. Can we agree? Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Hopefully at this point you can realize and rationalize it out. Okay. That is your Piaget's levels of cognitive thinking. So let's practice, shall we? On your whiteboard, please tell me, what are my 4 levels of cognitive thinking according to Piaget? In order, please.
Are these all the pre-operational ones?
Yes. What are my 4 tiers of cognitive development according to Piaget? In order, please. There is a question on your test on Wednesday that says, what is the order of Piaget's cognitive development? Good, I got 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? Corinne? Okay, don't erase your boards. There you go. Put a star next to the one where kids master object permanence. Put a star next to the one where they master object permanence. Master it, people. It is what? And an E. Pre-operational. Don't erase it, just erase your stars. Put a star next to the one where kids are suffering with egocentrism. Good. What is it, Jaden? Pre-operational. Put a star next to the one where kids are capable of abstract thoughts. Good. What is it, Camden? Formal. Put a star next to the one where kids are struggling with object permanence. Good. What is it? Caroline? Sensory motor. On your whiteboard, put a star next to the one where kids master reversibility. Good. What is it, Olivia? Concrete. On your whiteboard, please tell me. You can erase it. You can erase it. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when I think you're experiencing the same things I am? When I'm sad, you're sad. When I'm happy, you're happy. And when you're not, it makes me confused. What is it, Sydney? What is it called when a kid thinks... what is it called when a kid cannot tell you what they just did? They are suffering with the inability to do what? Good. What is it, Kate? Irreversibility. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is achieved during concrete? What is achieved during concrete operational? Not during concrete, that's for sure. Good. What is it? Annalise? Logical thought is what is achieved during this time period. Okay? As you saw, the girl saw the 2 glasses were the exact same, and she's like, yeah, they're the same. And then they just poured it in the second one. Did she get tricked up? Or she was like, no, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. I just watched you do it. It has to be the same thing. That's logical thought. All right, here we go. So that's Piaget. I honestly think Piaget is going to be one of the places you guys struggle with on the test. So there's a lot going on in that theory. Hopefully you don't think it's too bad. Okay, let's go to Vygotsky. Vygotsky believes in a thing called scaffolding. Scaffolding is the process in which a skilled learner gives help to a less skilled learner, reducing the amount of help as the less skilled learner becomes more capable. Alexis has been living my primary source instruction to my AP World kids. Can we agree? They used to be happy with primary sources because I used to do the work, but Samantha Bennett was cranky. Now the kids are cranky and Samantha Bennett are happy. How it should be. Okay, so scaffolding is how you teach someone who doesn't know something the skill over time. This happens all the time. You people are getting scaffolding. Like when you start a job, how many of you have actually started a job? Like maybe you're not working it now. Maybe you just do it during the summer. But do they just put you in management and say, good luck? Or do they give you little trainings every single day when you show up and they show you how to do one thing and then the next, as soon as you figure that one out, then you do something else? Yes? Okay, that's called scaffolding. They're teaching you one skill. Once you figure out that skill, then they're going to teach you another skill. And then eventually you'll be able to be like a somewhat productive adult at work. Okay? Now, for those of you who have been working, how annoying is it to have new people? Because you have to explain every single thing over and over again. That's scaffolding. When a skilled learner helps a less skilled learner. Now, according to Vygotsky, he believes that with scaffolding, and this is what you need to know, this is what's on your study guide. Isn't he on your focus? Is he on your focus? He's on your study guide. Yeah. Number 3 on your focus. He believes that with assistance, a kid can do a lot more than by themselves with scaffolding. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this goes against helicopter parents. How surprising. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. With that being said, if a child learns how to do something with guidance, they're going to be able to be successful and to do it for themselves. If a kid has it done for them, they learn significantly less. But if the parent and the child do it together, with the parent becoming less involved every time, eventually, who will be able to do it themselves? The kid. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the goal all of you should have when you decide to be a parent. It is important to be involved. However, being too involved is also a terrible thing for your child. Unless you want to pay their bills for their entire life and they live at home. And then every date night you'll have with your husband, wife, spouse, partner, whatever, you'll have your kid with you. And you'll never get them off the payroll. Yeah, that would suck. But your parents really love you, so they want you to be around all the time. Mine did not. I got cut off at 18. It's fine. I'm an independent, thriving young lady. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so Vygotsky says a person who has been scaffolded to do things on their own with guidance will be super successful. So ladies and gentlemen, especially you seniors, have you started cooking at home? I hope you have. Because if you're a senior and you have not started cooking at home and just trying to make dishes like your parents typically make and like learning how to cook, like it is going to be a hard, harsh reality coming forward. Like real hard. If you're a junior, you should probably start thinking about how to cook. I'm talking to the boys and the girls in the room because like, hot damn, you have to feed yourself. Okay? Alright. Now, when we're talking about language, and that's kind of what we're talking about. This is not on anything. When we're talking about language, there's a new movement called child-directed language. So that when we are talking to children, we talk to children with a higher pitch and repetitious, sing-songy speech. Like, oh, who's the baby? Look at the pretty baby. Is that good for their brain development? Do we talk in octaves like that? No, thank God. Oh my God, that was kind of hard. And I can't really breathe that well anyway. That's really hard. When you have a child, you've decided you are grown enough that you and your partner, wife, husband, whatever, want to bring a child into this world. It is your responsibility to then take care of that child and teach the child what they need. What you need to be doing is teaching them how to speak correctly. Which means when you're in the grocery store, ladies and gentlemen, should you put your headphones on and push your kid around? Or should you be pointing things out and saying words to them? Yeah, you should. Because if you're going to decide to be a parent, then you better commit. So if you're not ready to be a parent, take your damn time, live your best self. Be selfish as hell. Do you live your life that you'll have way more money. Good for you. With that being said, if you decide that you want to be a parent, that's amazing. That is so selfless of you. But you have to live it every single day. So when you would rather just put on your headphones and just like storm through Publix and get your shit and get out, that's not okay. You got to talk to your kids and have a conversation because that's how they learn language. is by hearing things and picking things up. Camden.
Actually go to Publix and headphones on.
No, that's fine. You don't have a kid.
No, do you?
No, I don't. I don't, because I don't have headphones on me all the time. People do it all the time. Go. When you see people with little kids, they have headphones in all the time.
I've never.
That's also I consider other people around you.
It's really rude to the kid. Imagine the kid is sitting there with no headphones on, obviously, and he's just like staring off, looking and talking to himself, and the parent has their headphones in. The kid's talking, and no one's talking back to the kid. What?
So if the baby's being disruptive, then like.
No, I mean they're
the mom
picking
is
that
just
stuff
ignoring.
up. They're picking that stuff up. All right, here we go. Stages of language development. Okay, stages of language development. They are milestones, ladies and gentlemen. They are milestones. So what does that mean? Who can raise their hand and tell me if it's a milestone? What does that mean? What do you got, Annie?
It's like,
Oh, that's definitely the wrong one. What is it, Annie?
it's like what Coach Thomas go through to wonder, like, to make sure that they're developing correctly.
Yeah, you have to go through one to get to the other, right? Like you can't skip the cooing and go straight to babbling. You have to do cooing, then you have to go babbling. So cooing. Cooing is the first sound. It's on your study guide, by the way. Cooing is the first sound of a baby. That is, they come out of the womb and they're not cooing because they're screaming. I mean, they just were born. I mean, that's obviously pretty traumatic. But one of the first sounds they organically make once they're not crying is cooing. It's a sign. It's a sound of like happiness, like ooh, ooh, and they kind of make that sound. I've never heard a baby coo in real life. I've never heard a baby. I don't hang out with kids. I don't hang out with babies. Are you surprised that I don't hang out with babies? Camden's like, I'm just disgusted by this woman.
I know.
Okay, it is a happiness sound, and it is the first sound. It is universally done in every culture. So if you're in China, what is the first sound they make? If you're in Africa, what sound are they making? If you're in Tampa, what sound are they making? Cooing. It's universal. It's innate.
Does that go for like every stage of language development?
Yeah, they all follow the same thing, but cooing is the only one that has the exact same sound.
Yeah.
Because babbling is going to start sounding like the consonants, the vowels of whatever language they speak. Mhm. So, like if you're in France, they're going to like have little accents to it. If you're in, China, they're going to have their accents on it and stuff like that.
Miss Ben,
What's up?
is
You gotta have full and complete sentences if you think you're going to get full credit there, both.
for this?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. I was just like,
That's fine.
but is Concrete operational where you master egocentric?
Yeah, you master everything from the previous stage of the next one.
So is there nothing for pre-operational?
Pre-operational is your object permanence. You're like born.
Hi, Miss Bennett.
I thought that was the
Sensory motor, then your pre-operational, you master object permanence.
So informal operations is when you would fully master.
No, you don't master abstract. Like I just said, there's different levels of understanding abstract. Like I can understand abstract, but I wouldn't say I mastered abstract.
So do you, for egocentrism and all that, you master it?
You master it in concrete.
But for this one, you master it in pre-operational.
Yes. Yeah. Abstract. Like, are you good at thinking abstractly?
Yeah.
Are you? Okay, so you're not, have you noticed you're not normal with that? Like, you talk to other people and they're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right? That's because people of different levels have different abilities in processing of that information. Like, my dad, if you ask him about any abstract thing, like, he'll just like, it's too hard. What do you mean, Dad?
Hey, was I supposed to write a note on my...
No, I wrote your name down.
Did you do videos on Friday? And
I did, but I didn't post it because I forgot. Please don't die.
Thank you.
See ya.
I beat it.
And don't be shady, Charles.
About what?
Did you know?
Oh, that I was copying.
That I know it.
their
No,
grand
you
prize.
copied already down the prom part, and then you were copying what her answers were. Don't lie about it. Take ownership and apologize and move forward.
Not that is what I was doing. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Hello, Miss
Like,
Bennett. How are you?
I don't know.
Good. How are you? What's up, Kylie?
Yeah, I gotta go now. But
Goodbye, my love.
Miss Bennett, have you heard this song 3 nights?
No.
It's been stuck.
Is this for AP World?
Why would that be AP Psych?
That's why I was asking.
Then yes, darling.
So what's a flumanship?
I have no idea. That is not my content.
I saw the closet today. Like, the closet.
Yeah.
Stocking it.
It's cool, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad that we need it, but here we are, and we were the largest contributors. No, it's due Wednesday. Why is that? Oh, I haven't stopped recording.